Hello, how are you today? Today's lesson is going to be a mastermind about how to outwit six ghosts. Six ghosts means the fear we are living in, fear of poverty, fear of criticism, fear of lack, fear of whatever you are feeling a fear about. That is a six ghost of fear we have. How we can come out of these ghosts. So let me introduce myself first. My name is Anita Bansal. I'm a consultant of Thinking to Result. My mentor is Bob Proctor and Sandy Galgar. And this is what I learned from my mentor, Bob Proctor. Everything to do with your own mind and the universal laws. Hopefully you know your own mind and the universal laws. Once we know these universal laws and our own mind, then we can conquer our own mind according to the universal laws. So today's we are going to mastermind about the six ghosts of fear. So there is six ghosts. Ghost means we are living in the fear, and we are living in the fear of poverty. We are living of fear of just fear. We're just feeling fear, and we are feeling fear of criticism. We are feeling fear of a lack of something, or we fear of money, or we are fear of whatever we are feeling fear of. These are six ghosts we call. So any fear you're feeling, these are ghosts. Ghost means living in the dark, living in the fear. So most of the time our mind is thinking something we don't want. We are living in the fear all the time. And we are living in the fear there's not enough, or whatever your jobs or business or relationships or whatever, you are living in the fear. These are fear. We are living in the fear in the dark, and then we just ongoing just thinking about the fear. We just feeling the fear. We just living in the fear. So imagine that living in the fear. How can we achieve our goals? How we can achieve our what are we trying to build up around the business? If we are living in the fear, we are not believing ourselves at all. How can you come out of these six ghosts of fear? So first we have to know. Sometimes we don't even know we are living in the fear because we are so used to living in that environment. We are so used to living in that thoughts process going in the mind. We don't even know the difference. Are we living in the fear? Are we living in the lack? Are we living in whatever we are living? We're just every day. It's the same process. We are living in the same thoughts, same pattern. So how we can come out of these fears? Firstly, we have to know, are we really living in the fear? So if you are, you have to recognize that. If you're not going to recognize it, if you're not going to know about it, you are living in the fear. These six goes to be called the fear. And we won't even know we are living in the fear. So if you are living in the fear, whatever the reason is, whatever you're feeling, or lack or criticism, or whatever the fear you're living in, first you have to know it. If you are living in the fear, so then you have to recognize it, then you have to see how you can change it, so if you are living in the fear, lack of whatever is happening in your life, so that is the fear. Doesn't matter whatever fear is going on. If you are living in that fear, you have to recognize that first. You have to watch your thoughts. What your thoughts are thinking whole day and night. If you are just feeling, oh, there's not enough, or you're thinking about it, you have to recognize that. You have to tackle these ghosts. If you're not going to tackle that, they're going to take over you. And once you are taken over, you're going to live fear like anything. So we have to recognize it. Are we really living in the fear? Are we really living in the dark? Like the thoughts, are we really thinking as our thoughts, living in the fear? So we have to recognize it. If you're not going to recognize it, the fear is going to take you over. So that's what happens. People don't know the even difference. They are living in the fear because you cannot see the physical side of it. You might look really very confident from outside, but what's going inside your mind, that you have to tackle it. If you're not going to tackle that, it's going to take you over. So you will live, you're going to live in the fear all the time. So this we call a ghost, six ghost. How we outcome of these six ghosts. Firstly, you have to know if you are living in the fear, you have to recognize that. And then you have to see the difference. What is the opposite of fear? Opposite fear is a faith. So you have to know what is the faith. You have to know that. If you don't know that, what is the opposite fear, you won't even know it. What is the opposite? As you know, everything works according to the law of polar opposite, either negative or positive. So we have to have the awareness of what is the negative we are thinking about. What is the fear about? You have to recognize that. Once you know that the difference, that there is always opposite. As I said, law of polar opposite, either negative or positive. Is your fear is a positive or negative? You have to recognize that. If you're not going to recognize that, then you're not going to know the difference. You're just living it. That's it. If you're living in the fear, you won't know you are living in the fear. It's a, it's just a, it's the same thing for you. There's no difference. Because if you're not going to recognize it, the opposite side of it, fear, and you won't even know you are living in the fear. You have to recognize it. Your thoughts are, you're thinking all the time in the fear? Are you living in the fear? You have to recognize it. You have to watch yourself as your thoughts. What are you thinking? Why you're in the fear? So you have to recognize that all. So opposite, we have to find the opposite. What is the opposite? There's always opposite, either negative or positive. Law of polar opposite. There's always two things, either negative or positive. So firstly, we have to recognize it. Okay. So the mastermindings today, you have to mastermind today. So what is the fear you are living in? So what thoughts you are thinking about as a fear? You have to recognize that. So these are six ghosts you have to catch as your thoughts. So today's lesson is about six ghosts. We have to recognize it: criticism, living in the fear, or whatever the lack. So I'm talking from the Think and Grow Rich book. So let me read this about this: how to outwit the six ghosts of fear. So the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of love of someone, fear of old age, the fear of death. So these all are ghosts. You're living in the fear. So you have to recognize that. So that is what the mastermind is today. You have to recognize your fear. You have to really watch your thoughts. You have to, what are you thinking? What your thoughts are thinking? How you're feeling? You have to recognize that. If you're not going to tackle that, you won't know the difference. You are living in the fear. So there's always opposite of fear. Always. We have to find about that. What is opposite? So that hopefully this lesson going to help you. We are masterminding it. I would like to know your comments. I would like to know your um, the question you want to ask around this lesson. So I would like to have a feedback from you. So what do you think about this masterminding, about the fear? So what are you fear about? So what your thoughts thinking about the fear? So we have to recognize that to tackle that. Otherwise, there's not going to be any difference. You're just living in the fear all day and night. It can be about anything. So we have to really recognize that first. Okay, so hopefully this lesson going to help you. It's really helping me. I used to fear with many things, but I'm trying to come over these fears. So once we try to come over, then the fear goes away. But you have to know how to go through the fear. There's a 4 stages of to go through the fear. This is what I learned. So hopefully this lesson going to help you. It's really helping me. I know how to get through the fear now. So you have to recognize it first. Are you living in the fear? So what is the fear you are feeling about? Thank you for watching the YouTube, and I would love to see your comments. And if you have any question, let's book a Zoom meeting, and you can ask questions around this lesson or any other question you have. And thank you for letting me share the information with you. And all I'm doing just facilitating this lesson. This information is coming direct from my mentor Bob Proctor, and this is what he taught all around the world for more than 60 years. Same information I'm sharing with you. Hopefully, this lesson going to help you how to outwit the 6 ghosts as a fear. So, so your homework is today. You have to watch what are you fear about and how you can come out of that. You have to recognize that first. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.